one of the more important minerals actually results in disease. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see the wide range of foods available that are designed to help your mind and body work the way they were intended to. You can also visit the link on prisonplanet.com to see some of the amazing products available. Folks, you've got to try this. These foods promote nutritional excellence, health and well-being, beauty enhancement, and truly sustainable agriculture. Many foods today have herbicides, pesticides, fungicides, and insecticides that were not intended for human consumption. Go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today and see some of the amazing products available. You are what you eat, so eat what your body needs. Remember to go to raworganicvegansuperfoods.com today. In the New World Order's war against humanity, Barack Obama is the tip of the spear.
We've got to give them a stake in creating the kind of world order that I think all of us would like to see.
The Obama deception completely destroys the myth that Obama is working for the best interest of the American people.
Well, Obama's already fudging. He's fudged since day one in this election.
If you have a demagogue with a fanatical mass movement of personality cultists who is imposing the program of a group of extreme bankers and finance oligarchs, that's fascism.
It's not about left or right. It's about a one-world government. This film documents who Obama works for, the lies he has told, and his real agenda. Get your copy of The Obama Deception today at Infowars.com or download it in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv. The Obama Deception. The people strike back.
Hi, this is Peter Kronschnabel with Midas Resources. As you know, government spending is at an all-time high and inflation is on the rise. What are you doing right now to protect yourself financially? As the economy continues to deteriorate due to corporate greed and government intervention, more people will lose their jobs and worse, their life savings. Having your hard-earned money in banks, the stock market, or any other paper asset is a lose-lose deal. You'll lose on your capital investment and you'll lose purchasing power as the dollar continues to devalue. One thing is certain, having physical possession of gold and silver will guarantee that no matter what happens, your investment will never be worthless. If you've been thinking about investing in the physical possession of precious metals, I can help. Call me today, Peter Kronschnabel, at 800-686-2237, extension 108, and I will take the time personally to put together a portfolio designed to protect what you've worked so hard for. Call Peter, 800-686-2237, extension 108. You've worked hard your whole life, and I want to work hard for you. Call 800-686-2237, extension 108.
Don't worry, this show is documented. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.
I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring
Having a soul hurts.
The ring of fire.
But
and it burns,
caring
burns,
about your
burns.
fellow man opens up a wider universe. But with it comes all the pain. It is very alluring to just not care about people having their children stolen. It's very easy to just care about yourself and revel in being selfish. But you harden your heart, you lose your soul, you lose who you are, you lose your humanity. And the globalist, their religion is about only caring about themselves. Their religion isn't not just not caring about the public, but reveling in feeding on us, playing with us, like a mouse plays with like a cat plays with a mouse before it kills it, finally. And I know the government is 99% in the wrong. I know for every good thing they do 50 bad things. I know. The Founding Fathers knew. History documents. Common sense is there for anyone that cares to look. One 1-800-259-9231, 1-800-259-9231 with your CPS horror stories. You know, I have my lawyer who's a litigator and a corporate lawyer, and he's trying to figure out the best, most aggressive lawyer for us to get. We've talked to a couple lawyers last night. We're talking to some more today. And basically the advice I gave Janet Sanchez here in our office is what the lawyers have now told me was the best advice. So I've probably interviewed, over the years, more than 100 lawyers. In fact, we even already had one set up today dealing with CPS that was set up last week. Rob Dew set this guest up last Friday, dealing with the Minnesota case of a Native American where they're trying to put him on chemotherapy. And last night I was doing research, and I was reminded of that little girl last year we had on where they grabbed her when she didn't have a very bad cancer, chemotherapied her. Now they're saying there's a 20% chance she's going to live. The parents have taken her back. And, the chemotherapy almost killed her. It's the same thing with this little boy. These aren't Christian Scientists. These are people that, they tell you, oh, the chemotherapy is going to kill you, but we're going to do it. I mean, we already had somebody on dealing with CPS stuff set up today before this even happened in our office. I mean, I've interviewed hundreds of lawyers, hundreds of different legal defense funds, different organizations and groups, and since yesterday when this happened, and now, I found a few of them, but most of them are homeschool defense groups, and they're like, well, we just defend homeschoolers. And I'm talking to these secretaries going, I know, but I've had your director on, I've had this group on, I've had that group on, and they tell me, well, I'm like, give me the lawyers' names, that deal with this exclusively. I'll pay them right now. And then Rob's not having much luck with that. So we've called a bunch of Austin lawyers. I'm talking to my lawyer during the breaks, trying to work all this out. I need listeners. There's so many different defense groups, so many different lawyers, so many different people, especially Austin lawyers that are aggressive, to email Rob D, R-O-B-D, at Infowars.com. Rob D, R-O-B-D, at Infowars.com. And just short lawyers that have been successful, people that have done a good job for you. I mean, I've been during the breaks to talk to 3 different lawyers, and I'm getting on the phone with them, and I'm saying, look, this is what we've done. Do you agree with that? Yeah, that's the right thing to do. Are you going to be aggressive? He's like, well, yeah, it's good to not meet with them and not let them get more evidence or fake evidence and escalate it. So I got 3 lawyers we're dealing with right now, and I'm trying to get my lawyer, who's very high-powered, runs a huge law firm, very busy, and he doesn't want to give me a bad advice, so he's rummaging around for the best family lawyer he's got. And so a lot of times when callers call in and they say they've grabbed my children, and I'll say 9 times out of 10, I go, let me guess, you're homeschooling and your children were at recess in the backyard and the neighbors called CPS on you. And they say, yeah, that's it. And then CPS comes and says it's illegal to homeschool, and they take your kids. It doesn't matter. There's no law. Last night I spent 3 hours on the computer just reading hundreds of more horror stories to the point of I felt like my brain was just filled with dirt. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I do this because I'm tired of evil. I'm tired of little children being abused. I think about the millions of parents I can't help in the United States. I think about the millions of people in the last few years alone, most of them completely innocent, and they weren't given due process even if they were guilty. That's the issue. They had their little babies torn away from them. Last Friday, I had a state senator on, Eagle Forum head of Georgia, and she was listing names where they don't just have bounties to get kids and quotas. They say, we've got an order for a 2-year-old blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl. They'll pay $400,000 for, and they go to the school, and they've got teachers and nurses they give kickbacks to, legal and illegal. They've got judges they give kickbacks to. This is in the news. I know for a fact they pay the judges around here to grab kids, and no one will stop them. They just keep committing the crime. I just wish God would strike every one of them down. Oh, God. And God does. You may not believe in the universe. You may not believe in karma, reap what you sow, but it's real, scum. You may not believe in a second life and afterlife, but I'll tell you this. What you do in this life comes back on you. I fear the law of the universe. They call that God-fearing. And You're all going to be brought to justice. The world will bring you to justice. The universe will bring you to justice. It's not too late to turn back like Saul of Tarsus on the road to Damascus, who persecuted and killed